We'll take your next shopping trip to the next level with a little vintage shop that's being called a retail museum.
Cody's Caravan is in Pine Grove this morning, giving us a little look around what they got there. Hey, Cody.
Oh my goodness, Katie, this place is amazing.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You have a way about you to find these things, but you're constantly searching for what? Weird, quirky,
Unusual. Wow, I've never seen that before. Wow, this is so cool, and got to be high quality. And just whatever strikes me.
Okay.
There's not any one particular thing. It is an eclectic collection.
That is true.
Yeah.
I can confirm this is an eclectic collection.
Yes.
People from around the world, though, buy your stuff.
That is correct. We have shipped jukeboxes to Amsterdam. We've sold cars to Florida. We've even sold horses to Brazil.
Really?
Yeah. So it's kind of a international business, as it were.
Right here in Pine Grove. Right here in Pine Grove.
Yeah.
Amazing.
In this little podunk town.
I love this town. I'm coming back. We're gonna do a whole tour. I
I
think.
think once people figure out that we are pretty darn cool and we have everything you need, they're going to make this a destination.
I agree. Let's start with this pinball machine over here.
Okay.
I was kind of like wanting to see if this would fit in the car. Tell us about
We
this.
can strap it to the roof. This is a 1947 Williams, and this is pre-flipper. In other words, the modern machines have the flippers on the side where you control the ball. This is a game of chance. You whack the ball and see what happens.
Just see what happens, and you can't go. Oh, that's right.
But the
Okay.
fact that this is from 1947, and look at how beautiful this is.
It is
This is
gorgeous.
I consider all of this works of art in
Okay.
their own way.
Yeah.
You know, and the technology in 1947 is pretty darn impressive. Because I look at the guts of this and go, ugh. Somebody was pretty smart that came up with that.
Hey, John, did I hear you say you needed a hurdy-gurdy?
Yeah, I'm always looking for a hurdy-gurdy.
Well, they have a hurdy-gurdy here. Shall we? Can we play it?
You play it.
Okay.
Hold your ears.
Playing Christmas music.
It's playing Jingle Bells. It's playing Jingle Bells.
So fantastic. You travel around everywhere looking for this stuff.
I do. I am constantly on the hunt, which is part of the fun.
Yeah.
You know, and meeting new people and learn every day. I learn something new. There was a gal that came in that gave me the history of hurdy-gurdies the other day. I didn't know that. So it's just kind of a education on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And, you know, you meet really cool people and you meet characters, let me tell you.
I feel like you and I were separated at birth, quite honestly. I think we're the same person. Okay, tell them where you're located, and then we're going to keep showing around.
We are located on Highway 88 in the lovely little town of Pine Grove in Amador County, on the corner of Pine Grove, Volcano Road, and Highway 88.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you got to stop here. You got to stop here. It's amazing. All right, more in this tour, and this is just the front room. There's a whole back area that is full of some really cool stuff. We're going to show it to you coming up. Back to you guys.
I didn't know I needed a hurdy-gurdy until just now. Thank you, Code. Appreciate it.
You need a hurdy-gurdy.
Yeah.
This is so much fun. It's like part museum, part antique store. There's a little bit of everything, but every time I turn a corner, there's another story. So this right here, this is a mule pack saddle for a howitzer in World War II. And then you tell us the rest of the story.
Well, this came in a load of merchandise in the back of a pickup, and all I could see was the army green color, and since I collect military items, I thought, well, let's see what that is. And I had it posted online for sale, and I had a few people get back to me and say, you really ought to donate that to a museum. And then I get a phone call from one of the producers of the Pawn Stars. And they invited me to be on their show with this saddle. And so I thought, wow, this must be pretty special. And I did some research on it. Turns out it's a World War II howitzer pack saddle that they used in Burma to fight the Japanese and also in the Italian Alps. And it took 7 mules to carry one complete cannon. And so one mule would have the axle, the other mule would have the wheels, and they would circle the mules and assemble the cannons. And each soldier, artilleryman, was in charge of his mule.
And these mules were wild because they had to get them from South America, right?
They had to get them from South America because there was none left in Europe because of the war. And so they went down and got these wild mules and had to train them.
Wow.
And
yeah, here's a picture of them lined up right here with the stuff on top. That is the craziest story I've ever heard.
It was wild.
That is wild.
So this is a rare item, and this sucker is at least 100 pounds. So apparently each mule had a weight limit of 450 pounds that he could carry.
Get out of here. This is so amazing. If somebody was going to purchase that, how would it take to get?
It's for sale for $850.
I feel like that's too low.
Well, you can always give me more.
I feel like it's too low.
Because I think the story is priceless.
It really is.
And you've got the photos and the provenance to go with it. And that's what makes it so special.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, aside from having the actual guy here telling about his adventures, this is a fantastic package.
It really is. And I'm writing a screenplay in my head right now. I'm writing a movie about that. The other thing I loved over here was the Civil War Army sign.
Yes. Some teenage boy needs that in his room. Please refrain from vulgar and profane language and respect the premises
Of the U.S. government.
Yeah, that's right.
That is fantastic. Tell the folks at home how they can find you. You're not open today.
I'm open Thursday through Sunday,
Okay.
10 to 5.
Okay.
We are located in Pine Grove, Amador County, 20051, Highway 88. Right on the highway. Look for the big airplane on the sign.
You can't miss it. You can't miss it. I'm telling you, we've just touched the surface of this place. We're going to show you some more really cool stuff coming up. Back to you guys.
That is really cool, Code. Fortunately, I don't have a spare $850 for that.
I mean,
but it will
let's check
find
the
a
couch cushions.
It will find a home somewhere.
Hey,
Thank you.
where do you want to send the caravan next, Code?
Well, always looking for interesting characters. If you knew a character out there and you're like, you know what, Cody needs to meet that person, email me, goodday@kmaxtv.com. We travel all over the place. We'll go anywhere.
Cool. All right. Thanks, Code.
Welcome back. We're at Red Barron's. A little bit of everything, including this beautiful car. Tell us about this good car.
This is a custom T-bucket hot rod. It only has 750 miles on this fresh build.
Okay.
This is a hat-on backwards car.
Uh-huh.
This is all motor. If you want to go really fast and look really cool doing it, this is the car for you.
And you know, because you drove it here this morning. Let's talk about the pig. There's somebody watching right now that collects pigs that is going to go crazy for this.
This is Jenny. She is the art pig. She's our psychedelic pig. And she came from Madeira. And she was an art installation for the city of Madeira. And she's actually signed and numbered.
Oh.
And hand painted. And she can be outdoors or indoors. You would have a very interesting conversation
That
piece.
is very true. Let's keep going because we got to get it around the corner here because we're almost showing. Oh, this art, the found art, is fantastic. As we go around the corner here, you have a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So these chairs right here took me back to my grandma's house.
Yes.
How old are these things?
These chairs are from the 1940s. They are glider chairs,
Yes.
considered glider chairs. And boy, get on your patio with your iced tea or your beer
Yeah.
and just watch the world go by. They're
Speaking
so
of which,
comfortable.
the world going by, you have a dinosaur. Of course you do. Keep on going back here. It's like the whole back room back here is just full of treasures. As we come on in here, But there's one thing that really caught my eye, and it caught your eye, and it was crazy how you found this.
Yes.
So it's this box right here. Tell us
That
about
is
that.
correct. That is a Railway Express lockbox that is from the 1850s, and I discovered it in a garage, and I saw just the corner of it. It was buried beneath a lot of other goodies, and I didn't really realize what it was until we got it out, and it took us a couple hours to get it out. But this was originally a Wells Fargo box because they were green, but it has the old hand-forged latch and straps and the leather handles on the side.
Yes.
It has some of the original labels on it. This is an incredible piece of railroad and Wells Fargo history.
Absolutely. And she just saw the corner of it, and she says, what is that down there? If people need to come here. They need to come here. They need to come here. Pine Grove is great, by the way.
It
I'm
is.
really having a good time here. We're going to come back and just show off the whole
I
town.
hope so.
But tell folks exactly where you're at, because I know they're going to come visit you.
Our address is 20051 Highway 88 in Pine Grove, Amador County.
Yeah. Can't miss it. Just
Can't
look
miss
for
it.
the Red Baron.
Look for the airplane on the sign and all the cool stuff in the yard.
We've got a couple more things we got to show you before we leave, so that's all coming up. Back to you guys. Okay, we showed you up front at Red Baron. Now we're in the back, and this is like Narnia. I feel like we went through the cabinet right into Narnia. Okay, this singer thing right here. This where'd this come from?
This came out of the Keystone Mine in Amador City. And when you go into Amador City, you can still see the ruins of the head frame. And this machine would have sewn the conveyor belts that moved the ore through the mine.
Wow.
And so this has got, you think it's a rusty old machine, but it's got historical
Yeah.
significance.
It totally does.
Local history.
Yeah.
That's the exciting part about that.
That is exciting. This right here is spectacular. What is this?
This is called a bean counter, and this would have been in a general store. This came out of the city of Sutter Creek, and all of the dry goods would have been displayed in the glass of the front, and then you would pull the drawer from the back and pull out the goods.
Pull out the goods.
So this is called a bean counter. And this is one solid piece of oak, not lightweight, but if you've got a good-sized kitchen, fantastic center island or a craft table,
Yeah.
because you would never fill all those drawers.
That's a good point. And then, but wait, this mirror. Tell them about the mirror.
Okay, this is what's known as a pier mirror because it's 10 feet tall, and it would have been in the foyer of a Victorian that had the 10 or 12-foot ceilings between the piers. Therefore, it's called a pier mirror. And this came out of a home in Sacramento that was owned by a gal who is 103, still alive, who had an antique shop.
Oh, wow.
And this was in her home.
Oh, wow. That is gorgeous. One more thing we've got to show off.
Okay.
This is one piece. One piece from here to there. One piece.
It is 18 feet. Just ask my son. He's the one that had to move it. But this is what's known as a back bar. It would have been behind the bar. And it's another historical piece. And this came out of Sacramento.
That is amazing. It's one piece.
One piece. Imagine the tree. The top counter. That had to be one hell of a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. You have such lovely stuff. Tell the folks at home once again how to find you.
Our address is 20051 Highway 88 in Pine Grove, Amador County. And we're about 8 miles, east of Jackson.
Okay.
So if you know where Jackson Rancheria or the city of Jackson is, we're just right up the road.
Just pop in. I'm telling you, it's so great. It's so great. Thank you for having us out today. This is amazing. Red Baron's a little bit of everything.
That's right.
Back to you.
Thank you, Code. That is really interesting.
Right?